Fun fact about Zubal's mouth not being censored for that scene, that was because it is only censored per YouTube's demand. Glitch and Gooseworks really wanted to include that specific moment uncensored for the extra humor, but YT ultimately said no. Wait, I just had a thought. If Jax pretends to be mean, does that mean evil Jax pretends to be nice? Something people don't realize is that Kain's name in itself is actually important. Kain's name, spelled backwards, is ENIAC, which is the name of the first computer. He also sang Daisy Bell outside of Zubal's door, which is the first song to ever be sung by a computer.
Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer.
Namely, the IBM 7094, which also became the first computer to ever actually speak at the same time. In episode 1, Gangle and Kinger play rock, paper, scissors. Kinger picks scissors, but Gangle's fingerless flat hands can only form the shape of paper, so Gangle says, "I always lose." I can't believe it took this long to put together that Jax is a purple guy who is a rabbit like William Afton. Granted, I only started watching Digital Circus today, but I should have caught that beforehand. Fun fact, the number 57 has been in a lot of Easter eggs in the episodes. There's a theory that it means something important. Also, when Kinger creates the little healing butterfly, in German he calls it Retterling, which is the combination of the words Retter, Savior, and Schmetterling, butterfly.
Oh, ich hab da was für dich.
Wie hast du das gemacht? Was war das?
Das war ein Retterling.
So incredibly cute. For the part where Jax calls Pomni a cartoon jester,
Important things, and then the next you're just a weird little cartoon jester.
I think he hesitates because he was going to say rabbit, bunny, and he didn't want anyone to get closer to figuring him out. My actual theory is that when someone abstracts, it's because they lost their mind. But not like you think. You see, they abstract when they become obsessed with leaving or finding a way out. Abstraction isn't anything bad happening to their mind. Abstraction is what happens when the person actually successfully leaves the circus. Their abstracted form is their digital form, left behind, without any mind inside it, but echoes of the memories of what happened inside the circus only. The person is gone. That's why Kain can't fix them. They no longer have shapes or forms, or a mind to shape and form them. And that's why they become a shapeless, shadowy mass of eyes. The resulting abstract does have some cognizance of its life before as that person. Specifically, only the memories of circus life, but everything else is gone because the person is no longer in the circus. Kain then corrals and puts them away for storage in case the player comes back. You can only leave the circus if you really, really, really want to. When you think about it, all the characters have a reason to want to stay. Kinger has his abstracted wife in the basement. Gangle feels normal and accepted. Ragatha feels needed. Zubal seems to find circus life simpler. And Jax is Jax. Has anyone talked about how Kain's hard drive is probably full? He can't remember the conversations because he has no more memory. I honestly have to wonder if Ribbit is actually going to be who we think she is. Think about it. Goose has basically said from the very beginning that Jax does not like girls, and even said that he enjoys harming them. So why would both of his best friends in the circus be girls? It just would not fit with his supposed hate for girls. Maybe Ribbit is actually going to be manipulative. And maybe his real best friend that was teased in episode 5 is actually Kaufmo. People automatically think that his best friend is Ribbit because her door is the one that Jax stopped in front of during intermission time. But what if she simply did something really traumatizing to Jax that really affected him? I cried so hard at something I noticed in episode 6. When everyone is in the auditorium, Pomni looks back and sees that Jax is not there. And for a small second, she was going after him. But Jax returns with a smile, and she just gave up. The ammo thing is bugging me. They don't think about ammo, so they have infinite ammo. But once they do think about the finality of their firearm rounds, suddenly that becomes the issue. How are people not picking up on this when they also say that the circus follows the intent of the players? Also, Zubal's arm was on the floor. That is the reason Pomni and Jax even noticed her. I like the theory that Jax is secretly an NPC who managed to tag along after an adventure. He doesn't show how to hold his breath because he never breathed. Kane can affect his mind because he's not an actual player, and he catches himself before pointing it out, which would raise suspicions. He tortures the players because he feels inferior. They are real. He is not. And of course, he's dodgy as can be when everyone talks about what they did before the circus. Maybe the frog was the only one who knew his secret and accepted it. He's the only player aware of the fourth wall. You are my playthings. This sentence really set the others aside from him. He could be simply narcissistic, or simply saying whatever could hurt Pomni. But this being a slip about how he's different could support the theory. Whenever Jax and Ragatha are talking about the ball that hit Gangle, Ragatha says, "Do you have any other way to amuse yourself that doesn't involve torturing people?" is close to what she says in Jack's toy when she said, "Don't you have any other way of entertaining yourself that doesn't involve torturing people?" It's just a detail I noticed. Wait, I just realized something. In episode 6, when we see Kinger giving a butterfly to Ragatha, she asks how he did it, and he said he invented it. So at the end of the line, can Kinger create the exit for everyone in the circus? I know everyone talks about Kinger maybe being the creator, but honestly, I think he's an army vet. He's supposedly only lucid in the dark, but he's actually also lucid when he has a gun. When he was in the light holding the pistol, he wasn't confused and knew exactly what he was doing. Here's my theory on Zubal's request. My theory brings back his all-seeing eyes. His eyes are all around the circus, right? So if he accepted Zubal's request, he would be forced to see it. I have a theory for Jax's big-ass eyes. His eyes are always huge, and we know how he likes to never show his feelings. So my theory is, Jax's is pumped full of antidepressants because they make your pupils a little bigger. And he's so pumped full of drugs, he feels numb most of the day. It's just my idea though. And I like it. And I haven't seen anyone talk about it before. You might want to note that Gangle's masks don't always fit their emotions. At the end of the Spudsy episode, the sad mask is showing happiness, and they get rid of the happy mask. In the anime Slice of Life, they are flustered and surprised.